Savai pongshang paro dharamo yato bhaktirhokshaje ahoitiki aprati hataya yatma suprasidati. Srimad Bhagavatam teaches that the supreme occupation for all humanity is the loving devotional service to the Lord. Such service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted by any type of selfish concerns in order to completely satisfy the self. Every living being is searching for happiness. That is something we all have in common. Not only all classes of human beings, but all species of life are seeking pleasure. It is our constitutional nature to seek pleasure because we are part of Krishna, who is the reservoir of all pleasure. But Krishna tells us in Gita, Yehi samsparashaja bhoga dhukajonaya evate atyanta kanta konteya nakteshuramate buddha. That what people are seeking in the name of pleasure, in the form of temporary sense enjoyment, is the source of pain. Why? Because it is temporary. Therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam tells that the highest goal we can strive for is the highest pleasure, Krishna Prem, pure love of God. That is only to be understood through service to the Lord. And real satisfaction is to the degree our service is unmotivated or uninterrupted. How many people in this world today understand this truth, that real happiness can only be experienced through undivided, unmotivated, unconditional, loving service to the Lord? Due to lack of this information, so much cruelty, so much anxiety, intoxication, and frustration, because we are seeking what we are looking for in a mirage. When a person is starving in the desert, they're desperate for water. And it is that desperation that causes a person to see things that are not what they appear. Maya is translated as that which is not. Maya does not mean that this entire creation is an illusion, as some people profess, because it is an energy of the Lord. How can we say it is an illusion? Maya is when we see something to be what it is not. If we see a snake to be a rope, and we pick it up thinking that it will be of some assistance to us, that is Maya. You're thinking it is a friendly rope, but it is a serpent that is about to strike you. Or when we think a rope to be a snake, although the rope can help us in so many ways, we're very much afraid and run away from our friend. That is Maya. And in this desert of material existence, actually, material existence is a paradise for those who see everything in truth, in relationship to God. This material world becomes transformed into the spiritual world. Thakur Bhaktivinoda prays, when I come home to my house and see my family engaging in the service of the Lord, I am entering into Goloka Vrindavan. This is the experience. But when we're looking for pleasure, not in reference or relationship to our true self, then this world becomes like a desert before us. And we're desperate. It's not a matter of who is rich and who is poor. Everyone is desperate for pleasure, for relief from the agonies that come upon us. And in that desperation, because we want it so bad, we begin to hallucinate. And sand looks like water. And we run with whatever little energy we have. We strive to achieve that mirage. And mentally, we think it will satisfy us. Mentally, we're so convinced that it's water that we'll go through great efforts to achieve it. And even when it's in our hands, although it's hot sand, because the mind so much wants to believe it will satisfy me, we're feeling refreshing water. And we drink it. And at the beginning, it may even taste like water. That is the power of the mind. As one writer has said, the mind is a thing of itself. It could make heaven into hell or hell into heaven. But realistically, that sand only increases our thirst. Therefore, the Bhagavatam tells that if we want real happiness, true happiness, the formula is very simple. We have to learn how to love. Not a love that is limited to the temporary body and relations we have with this body, because that will end within a few years, and it could end at any time. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham. This is a world of many uncertainties. This is not a pessimistic ideal. It is a realistic conception. Because without realistic conceptions, we do not know what to really invest our energies to strive for. Real happiness is to love. And the truest, purest love is the love of the soul, our essence, our true and eternal identity. That love of the soul finds its fulfillment in reuniting this great propensity with our source or with God. The Srimad Bhagavatam compares Lord Krishna, or whatever name one may call upon the Lord, as the root of the tree of existence. When we place the water of our love on the root of the tree, then it is naturally and spontaneously distributed to every part of the tree.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.